everyone, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. I hope everyone had a fabulous start to their week. Happy Monday. Now, I did have a request from several of you asking me what I got myself for Christmas. I know it's a little bit random, but several people have asked me. Now, if you do remember, I have an Amazon storefront, so I did shop from my actual Amazon storefront because I got a $100 gift card from my daddy for Christmas, and I have to tell you guys about this one thing I purchased because I'm absolutely obsessed. It is the ultimate aromatherapy diffuser and essential oil kit. It comes with 10 essential oils. It has 4 different timers. It does change up to 7 different colors. You guys, this thing is amazing. I absolutely love it. My stepmother has one, and one of my friends, I bought him this a couple of years ago. He absolutely loves it. Now, I'm not very good at mixing the oils. I like my house to have a little bit of a stronger scent, and essential oils tend to be a bit light for me, but I did find a really interesting concoction of clove and the nutmeg. I put about 7 or 8 drops of each. You guys, it smells like Christmas. My house smells like Christmas. It's amazing. This thing will run for 8 hours on one thing of water. It just makes your whole house smell glorious. And if you want to be extra bougie, and let me tell y'all, it's $40 for like the smallest one. It's a little bit expensive. This is called the Santal from Aromatech. It's supposed to smell like the very famous Santal 33, something they use in all of the major hotels. You guys, your house is going to smell amazing. And the cool thing is you only need about 4 or 5 drops because it is very, very strong, which I like because I love to smell it throughout my entire house. But if you're looking for something to make your house a little bit extra, to be a little royal inspired, you can check out my Amazon storefront and check out those items. Now, if you're someone who's really good at mixing aromatherapy oils, if you have a concoction that you think I should try, so far I've only tried the clove and the nutmeg. I'm not very creative when it comes to the other oils. So if you know of any recipes for me to mix and match some oils, please leave them in the comments below because I'm trying to find different concoctions with these oils. But so far, guys, the clove and nutmeg is a winner for me. But we have a lot of juicy royal tea to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. Now, King Charles III has just announced a decision to hand back up to $250 million a year in profits from offshore wind farms back to the public for the greater good. The monarch has asked the government to ensure any profits from 6 new bumper green projects off the coast of the UK will return to the Treasury to spend on Britons during the cost of living crisis. Now, some people are wondering, is he doing this to boost his popularity and to make the monarchy more relevant? We know this is his coronation year. It's his first year being king. So he definitely wants to boost his popularity amongst the people. And nobody wants to see too many people being rich and opulent and over the top while they're struggling financially. Now, Charles, who is an avid supporter of both onshore and offshore wind power, has said that the $1 billion a year from the wind farms, including his $250 million a year cut, should just be cut by the government and be directed for the wider public good. Now, the king's wishes have emerged, of course, after Harry finished his huge PR blitz for Spare and the Sussex's Netflix series. It also comes on the heels of King Charles's very prominent Christmas message, where he made it very clear that he was aware of the financial hardship of the people due to inflation, and it's been its highest since the 1970s. Now, royal biographer Phil Dampier told the Mail Online, quote, King Charles is rightly wanting to draw a line under the controversy over his son Prince Harry's book and move on with good royal work. Commentator Richard Fitzwilliam said, quote, "The royal family has faced 6 damaging weeks of adverse publicity from the revelations from the Sussexes. As the coronation approaches and with a state visit to Paris in March, this is a chance to show what a bargain for the nation the royal family really is. The business as usual approach is the monarchy's only option, but the Sussexes' posturing looks hollow in comparison." Now, the profit from the wind farms would push Crown Estate's annual profits up by $250 million to at least $595 million. Charles is entitled to 25%, meaning the sovereign grant would reach $148.7 million. But the king has moved to stop that happening so the cash can stay in the treasury to help normal Britons. It would fend off claims that Charles and his family enjoy a new bumper payday during a cost of living crisis. So the royal family, they are rich on their own right. They have a lot of estates. They earn money besides the sovereign grant, but the sovereign grant is mainly used for the upkeeping of staff, of palaces, that type of thing. But by him handing over $250 million in profits, I think is very smart and it's very generous. Many people have praised King Charles's decision as he moves toward modernizing the monarchy and trying to improve its popularity. But some have claimed that if he really was serious about handing cash to the taxpayer, he should also pay inheritance tax on his mother's estate, which he is currently exempt. Now, I heard a rumor that he was going to pay an inheritance tax, but I guess it didn't happen. Now, I do agree. He should pay inheritance tax. They get a ton of money, not including the money they have privately, and I full-heartedly believe he should definitely pay inheritance tax. But I guess we'll find out in the future if that is going to be changed. So what are your thoughts? Do you think this was a very generous thing that King Charles did? And I certainly believe it's going to help with their popularity. And I do believe that King Charles only has the best of intentions by giving back to the people. He is a very generous person. He has been for years with the Prince's Trust Foundation, helping over 1 million people over 50 years. Most of them are people of color. Again, a lot of people do not give him credit. And I really do believe at the heart he will be a king of the people because he is trying very, very hard to get down to their level, and he is trying to help during this economic crisis. So Prince Harry, when he sat down with Telegraph Magazine, made it very clear he was very concerned about his brother Prince William's children, especially Charlotte and Prince Louis, as they are the royal spares to their big brother Prince George, and he was very afraid they might turn out like him. But he also made it very clear that his brother Prince William absolutely does not believe they will turn out like Harry, and that his children were none of his concern. I heartily agree with that. First of all, I think Prince Harry and Meghan Markle really should worry about Archie and Lilibet. If any two children I'm a little worried about, to be honest, it's their children, especially after all of the stuff that Harry has put in his book, The Spare. Son, you don't look that great in the parenting department. Now, the Prince and Princess of Wales, in my opinion, have it all worked out. They know how to navigate royal duties with being normal children. If you look at their 3 kids, they are so well-mannered. Well, Louis, he's still working on it. But Charlotte and George are delightful. They have done many royal engagements with both of their parents, showing them and teaching them the proper ways to act. But when you see all 3 of the siblings together, it is such a joy to watch. And let's be honest here, little Charlotte is definitely ruling the roost. How many times have you seen her tell Prince George, okay, put your hand up, this is where you salute. She's also kind of told Louis to put his hand down to calm down. She definitely, in my opinion, is the little boss babe of the trio. Now, we know that Prince George is the heir to the throne and that Charlotte and Louis are the spares. Now, I do believe that Catherine and William are taking his upbringing to heart, and they're making a huge effort to make all of the children feel valuable and important, and not highlighting George above the other ones the way that William might have been during his childhood. I believe they're getting the best of the both worlds, and quite frankly, I think they're enjoying the best childhood out of pretty much all of the royals, because they are encompassing the fact that they're raising their children to be royals, to know their place. They know how to act appropriately, but they're also normal kids. I do believe that Catherine and William are very hands-on parents. They're also making sure that the Middleton family, that they get to know that side of Catherine's family very well. They attend normal schools. They live in a little cottage. I do believe that Catherine and William are understanding the importance of making sure their kids are kids, that they're ordinary, but they also know their responsibility and the hierarchy in the royal fold. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing the Wales' children grow up, and you could see that there's a lot of love between the siblings. If you saw that little video of little Louis running to hand Charlotte a flower that she had forgotten, it was so sweet, and I really hope that they turn out as well as we think they're going to turn out. Again, they are being raised differently than the way William and Harry were raised. George didn't find out until recently that he was going to be king. They kind of kept that from him. William knew from a very, very early age he would be king, but George apparently found out last year around his 8th birthday that he was going to be king. So it's kind of a new concept for him about him being king. So I think William is definitely learning from his past the right and wrong way to do things. And let's be honest, Catherine and William have a much happier marriage. They don't have all the drama that William and Harry saw between their parents, all the ways that Diana would confide in William about her marriage, things that he didn't need to know. So the Wales' children, in my opinion, are going to have an amazing childhood and the best upbringing, because William is taking his positive and negatives from his childhood. And then you have Catherine, who comes from the Middletons, a very strong family, and they're adding that to their children. The Wales' children are going to turn out great and probably the best of all royal generations, due to the fact that William and Catherine raise their children equally. They're raising them to be ordinary, but also to teach them the royal roles. And when they go out together, you could see the bond between them and their children. And I believe it is a very beautiful thing, and they are doing it the right way. So the next generation of royals and royal spares are not going to be a problem the way they were for Harry and William. They were raised completely different. So Harry, stay in your lane and worry about your own kids. So it appears that Prince Harry might be losing some confidence in one of his lawsuits. He most recently asked a high court judge to rule in his favor without a trial in his upcoming libel case. So the Duke of Sussex has launched a libel case against the Mail on Sunday over claims the publication portrayed him in a very negative and damaging light over his security battle with the Home Office. This is where he said he had offered to pay for security, but Rayback had came out and said no such claim has been made. They never received a request for him or offer of him and Meghan to pay for their security, and that's why they're suing the Home Office, is for their right to have police protection when they go to the UK. Now, during his exit, when they were going to do Megxit, one of their biggest concerns, of course, was they wanted to have their paid security. But they were told they would not get the security, and he is saying he had offered or told people at the time that he would pay for the security, but of course this was denied. Now he is suing the Home Office for the security, but he's also suing the Mail on Sunday for breaking the story that he never really asked to pay for security. Now he's asking the judge to rule in his favor amid going to trial. Well, So why is that, Harry? Is it because you don't have any royal receipts, that you might be found out to be a liar once again? Remember, this is the exact same company that his wife had sued over publishing the letter from her daddy back in February, I believe, of 2021. Now, she only won on a technicality. It was over literally the amount of words that they published from a letter, and she got that whole $1 victory, and they publicized a little tiny apology. It wasn't really a win-win, in my opinion, because it exposed Meghan for being a liar and Harry for lying with working with Omid Scobie in the book Finding Freedom. It also showed Jason Knopf's damaging testimony with all of his royal receipts and text messages. It didn't make Harry and Meghan look good. So now they're suing the same publication for running that story, making him look bad, for saying that he lied about wanting to pay for the security, that he wanted to keep it private, and that they broke the story. So it looks like the hearing is scheduled to happen in 2 months, as both sides have failed to reach a settlement, but the prince is asking to apply for a strikeout or summary judgment at a hearing rather than going to court. I think it's because he knows his case is very weak, but we will see what happens if he actually does end up in court with the mail on Sunday. Now, we know he has a separate lawsuit with the Home Office as well over his royal security. And let's not forget, we still have the Meghan Markle lawsuit with her sister, Samantha Markle. That's happening, I believe, in October. So what do you guys think? Do you think the judge is going to rule in his favor, or do you think it's going to actually go to court? So that's all the news I have for you today. What are your thoughts on King Charles giving back $250 million in revenue back to the UK citizens? What do you think about Prince Harry offering to give parenting advice to Prince William? And what do you think about Prince Harry's request that the court rule in his favor without a trial? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other YouTube channel, Royal Daily Tea, History and Fashion. I will be back with another video, and I am working on the cursed jewelry video that's going to be out on my other channel, so stay tuned for that. As always, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.